Crunch time here on The Jump. Commissioner Adam Silver said Tuesday that the league has discussed having players receive COVID vaccines to educate and influence the public regarding its safety and effectiveness. Richard, is this something you'd like to see the league do?
It's tough to say players jumping forward or jumping the line, but I do understand that in our community, there is not a lot of trust when it comes to these things. So I think if the players and the Players Association, Michelle Roberts, believes in it, then I think it's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, NBA players are role models, and they're very influential. So if they trust it, then let's see. I'm willing to take it. Hey, I can be that guy.
You'll be that guy.
I'm willing to take it.
I think
that scary, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
look, absolutely. I think, the whole quote, jumping the line or whatever, it's not jumping the line if it's something the FDA wants you to do to set an example and possibly get a bunch of other people vaccinated. We'll see. CJ McCollum out at least 4 weeks with a fractured foot. McCollum averaging 26.7 points a game this year, 5 assists. Without him yesterday, Blazers were blown out by the Spurs by 21. Paul, this is what you were talking about. Richard, do you agree with Paul? What do you think their chances of playoff contention are without CJ?
All-star level, the Shark, CJ, Christian James, my guy.
Christian James, the Shark.
But yeah, without Nurkic, without him, it's just going to be a tough stretch. And they're not they don't have much of a cushion right now.
That's my shark noise.
And that's an injury that can take a little longer than 4 weeks. I had a fracture in my foot, and it took about 6 to 8.
And there's no conditioning you can do. There's nothing you can do. You're just kind of there,
That can take a little longer than expected.
All right, let's talk Trae Young. 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double in yesterday's win over the Wolves. Much-needed win, by the way, guys, for Atlanta. The Hawks are 2-6 in their last 8 games after starting the season 4-1. Some of that is due to Trae's early struggles. He's currently averaging about 7 fewer points a game than he did last season and shooting his percentages down as well. He's also attempting 4 fewer shots per game. So, Paul, some of this is an adjustment, right?
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of new players on the team. He's also their best facilitator, so he's trying to figure out kind of how to do everything that team needs him to do. We've seen him in his rookie season, made a big adjustment after the first few months. What does he have to do now to adjust?
Well, he has to get through these tough stretches. I mean, he's just shooting the ball poorly. That comes and goes. And Trae has to continue to be Trae. He needs to be that go-to scorer who's staying aggressive, getting to the line. And he does a great job at mixing it up with his balance between passing and scoring. So it's just he's in a slump right now, but he has to continue to stay aggressive. I mean, taking less shots is not him. He has to go full throttle to where he's giving them 25 to 30 a night and 10, 11 assists for them to be successful.
Yeah, I think it's the cool thing about Trae is that you get to watch the maturing process that he goes through. It's like, no one's going to be hot for 72 games. No one's going to be consistent. You're going to have weeks, you're going to have months, you're going to have whatever. But to watch him grow and figure it out, I think that's the most exciting thing for the Atlanta Hawks fans, that that they're dedicated to winning. They put a ton of talent around him, and it's just watching him figure it out. So, to Paul's point, I think they're going to play better as the season progresses, but he's got to keep that aggression. It doesn't matter. Well,
first of all, Dame, I would say, and Steph, hot for 72 games, shooters, but it's not everybody.
Yeah, you're some of the greatest of all time. And again, they weren't like that at 23 years old.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, for you guys in general, for a guy who's been tabbed, and Paul, you were in this situation, you were young and yet still expected to lead the team. You had so much tension on your shoulders. What's the best advice you have in general for balancing all that?
You just really got to ignore the naysayers. You got to ignore me, ignore Richard, and just go out here and play. Because I got talked about when we were losing, putting up numbers, struggling, shooting, and I never let it go in one ear and out the other. You use it for motivation. This kid will be fun. He's going to be an all-star this year. You watch.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.